This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Over the years since the insurrection and Donald Trump's attempt to overthrow the government, reinserting himself as president of the United States, even after having lost in an epic fashion over 7 million votes to Joe Biden. I've covered the cast of characters, and Kenneth Chesebro is one of those characters. He's the guy who spearheaded, if you will, what's the term? He was intimately involved in the fake elector scheme, gathering the electors, having them submit their paperwork. He was actually at the insurrection on January 6th. And he has pleaded guilty in Georgia. And there's cases involving him in Michigan where prosecutors have talked to him, I believe maybe even in Arizona. He's in trouble. And he has done what a lot of these insurrectionists have done, which is, I was led astray. I was bamboozled by Trump. Oh, I'm not to blame. I'm just a will boy who's easily manipulated. That's kind of the routine. And now we're learning that he has lied to prosecutors. Because when you take a deal and you plead guilty to your crimes, there's a semblance of immunity that is offered up, where if you agree to cooperate with our investigation and tell us everything you know, you will get a lighter sentence, or maybe no sentence at all, whatever the terms of his particular plea agreement are. And as part of that, you have to tell the truth. You have to give up everything you know. When they ask you a question, you have to answer honestly. And as part of these interviews, as he's done with prosecutors, he indicated that, no, I didn't have Twitter. And now we're learning that is not true. I'm going to play audio of him in an interview with the prosecutor where he denies using Twitter. And tell me if you think that you have to be a seasoned investigator, a seasoned prosecutor, a seasoned law enforcement agent, or even like a human lie detector to hear his answer, his shifty, weirdo answer that is clearly a lie. And then we'll talk about this exclusive reporting from CNN.
Do you have any social media presence? Facebook, Instagram,
no,
Twitter? No.
I for whatever. I mean, before
any
alternate
IDs that you're using for that kind of stuff?
No, I mean, I don't do any tweeting.
That's not a guy who's confident in the answer. That should have been a red flag to everybody in the room. This guy's lying. This guy absolutely has Twitter. And now we're learning that it was a lie, and maybe his deal is in jeopardy. This is exclusive reporting from CNN. Key figure in fake electors plot concealed damning posts on secret Twitter account from investigators. Kenneth Chesebro, the right-wing attorney who helped devise the Trump campaign's fake electors plot in 2020, concealed a secret Twitter account from Michigan prosecutors, hiding dozens of damning posts that undercut his statements to investigators about his role in the election subversion scheme, a CNN K-file investigation has found. Chesebro denied using Twitter, now known as the platform X, or having any alternate IDs when directly asked by Michigan investigators last year during his cooperation session, according to recordings of his interview obtained by CNN. But CNN linked Chesebro to the secret account based on numerous matching details, including biographical information regarding his work, family, travels, and investments. The anonymous account, Badger Pundit, also showed a keen interest in the Electoral College process and lined up with Chesebro's private activities at the time. The Twitter posts reveal that even before the 2020 election, and then just 2 days after the polls closed, Chesebro, I think it's Chesebro, by the way, I'm being a dick about his name, Chesebro promoted a far more aggressive election subversion strategy, than he later led on in his Michigan interview. Chesebro's lawyers confirmed to CNN that the Badger Pundit account belonged to Chesebro, describing it as his random stream of consciousness where he was spitballing theories about the election, but insisted, the lawyers did, they insisted that it was separate from his legal work for Trump's campaign. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. When you say, no, even when you're jittery and obviously lying, you don't get to say, oh, no other accounts. No, I don't use Twitter. I don't like Twitter. Your answer's your answer. You said no to prosecutors. You lied to prosecutors in order to get a better deal. And now you're in trouble. This is what his lawyers had to say about it. Quote, when he was doing volunteer work for the campaign, he was very specific and hunkered down into being the lawyer that he is and gave specific kinds of legal advice based on things that he thought were legitimate legal challenges versus Badger Pundit, who is this other guy over there just being a goof, said Robert Langford, an attorney for Chesebro. You know, Badger Pundit, he just being a goof. It's just a goof about overthrowing the United States government by way of overturning a free and fair election. You know, just goofy anti-democratic insurrectionist nonsense. It's just a goof. Chesebro has not been charged with any crimes in Michigan and sat for an hours-long interview with the state attorney general's office in early December. In his retelling to Michigan prosecutors, Chesebro has cast himself as a moderate middleman who was duped by Trump's more radical lawyers. Asked about the secret tweets, Danny Wimmer, a spokesman for Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, said in a statement to CNN, quote, our team is interested in the material and will be looking into the matter. So, not good news for just the goofy Badger Pundit. This article is much, much, much longer than these brief paragraphs that I've read to you. I will link it below. I would suggest you go read it. He goes into detail here, Andrew Kaczynski goes into detail here of exactly how they tied the Badger Pundit account to Kenneth Chesebro, and into detail about the broad strokes that they gave you about his investments and vacations and family and age and biographical data, all of that. This just goes to show, this is just one more point of data that, I guess that would be a datum, since data is plural. Not to be pedantic here. This is just one more piece of information for us to look at, to understand that many of these people who pleaded guilty in their insurrection cases to try to get out of trouble or lessen the trouble they were in, to mitigate the sentences, the jail sentences, that they'll say whatever it is that they could say to try to extricate themselves from those problems. Just like that. Well, no, I was just an innocent, wet behind the ears lawyer, a moderate middleman who was attempting to overthrow the United States government. It was the sinister, evil lawyers, the other ones that you need to look at. Right. Come on. They've done the same things in their cases where Trump led them astray or whatever. It's all to try to cover their own asses. And that's exactly what this guy did. And now I really do hope that the Attorney General's office in Michigan, in Georgia, in these other municipalities that are looking at him to prosecute him for the fake elector plot, I hope they will take this into consideration and throw the book at him. He's not a moderate middleman. He's absolutely someone who attempted to end democracy in America. There must be consequences for that. What do you think? 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always, daily at dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. If you appreciate what I do, my take, if I bring you value on a video by video basis, please think about supporting and producing this work. Becoming a channel member on YouTube. You can click the join button below on YouTube, hit the super thanks button. Go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. There's a host of ways you can support. More importantly, though, make sure you're subscribed, share this video, like this. Just take a moment, click like, comment on this video. All those things absolutely do help. Follow me on social media if that's your thing. I'm at Dollemore everywhere. I'd love to see you there. And I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Don't be a moderate middleman. Take care of one another.